Alright guys, welcome back again to Heavyweight Camping. I've got another top 5. This one's going to be a bit of a different one. This is kind of stuff that maybe you didn't think about. Maybe your average person won't think about when you're getting going. I kind of gear some of this stuff towards people who are just kind of getting going camping. But it applies to anybody. So a really good first thing to think about that a lot of people forget is a tarp or a canopy. Something that you can use as shelter other than just your tent if it starts to rain, where you can still cook and still have a space where you can stay out of the rain and stay dry, but still be able to congregate and not feel claustrophobic where you're stuck inside the tent, because that's not fun. Nobody wants to be stuck inside the tent. So a good tarp. I don't really recommend your regular big, thick, heavy tarps. Get a camping outdoors type of tarp. They come in multiple different sizes. I personally bought a Kelty Noah's tarp, and I got the 20-foot tarp. It's a little overkill, but it has really come in handy when we've been camping in inclement weather. We do some guys trips, and we tend to camp in the colder months where the weather gets a little bit more aggressive, and having that tarp has really saved our butts and kept us dry and kept us out of the weather when it got really extreme. And I can't tell you how much we loved having that. So another really good thing that you might see a lot on other videos on other channels is a good ground tarp for your tent. Putting down a ground tarp or a footprint underneath your tent between it and the ground is going to go a long way to saving the floor of your tent, especially if you're investing a good chunk of money, $200-300 in a tent, which you can go way more than that. It's protecting your investment. If you get one thick enough, it'll help your feet from getting really roughed up. And of course, you can go the other way too and put a big carpet on the inside of the tent on the floor. If you really wanted to do that. I don't really. Sometimes I'll put blankets down, but that's about it. But a ground tarp or a footprint underneath the tent between it and the ground goes a long way to protecting the investment that you've put into that tent. Extra rope, that'd be number 3. Extra rope, string, twine, whatever. You can't have too much of it, especially if you're stringing your tarp, or if you need to fix a guy line on your tent. If you know you're going to be in inclement weather, or you think there may be weather coming, having your guy lines down on your tent can be a complete game changer and keep you safe and dry and keep your tent from getting ruined as well. So being able to repair that is great. Also, if you want to tie things up to dry if the kids get wet, I usually use most of my rope and string for holding down the tarp and putting a cover over the hammocks or something like that. So extra string is always a must, and you never know what you need it for. Another good one is extra tent poles. There's a company called Otoland. They're a little expensive. I think the ones I got, they were like an orange color. They do some extending. They go a long way for helping me to set up my tarp so that it's usable and so that it's maneuverable, and gives a lot of extra support in the corners and in the midsections for when you're setting up. Again, maybe the inclement weather's coming in, but you never know when you might need an extra set of tent poles, and they're incredibly useful. And it was, again, a bit more of an expensive purchase for me. It was kind of hard to spend the money on them for what they were, but it has really come in handy, and it was a well worth investment. So that'd be a really strong number 4. And another one that a lot of people don't think about is upgrade your tent spikes. Upgrade your ground spikes that hold your tent down. Generally speaking, the tent spikes that come with tents are absolutely horrible, and I would just throw them out because they suck. Go to Walmart or any of your sporting goods stores, but I find mine at Walmart. They're basically like a giant nail. You can pound those things into any of the hard ground you might want. Upgrading to some sand spikes if you're going to be somewhere where the ground's soft wouldn't be bad. But upgrade your ground spikes for your tent and have extras. Again, having that tarp. I use a lot of extra ground spikes to secure the tarp. If it's got a lot of slack and the wind starts picking up, you're going to destroy stuff. locking things down and securing things ahead of time when you're doing your setup so you don't have to think about it later is going to save you a lot of headaches in the long run, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. So upgrade your spikes. That's kind of my general you know, 5 things that people sometimes don't think about, or maybe your abstract ideas of things that would be really useful to have as you start to get more into your planning and more into your gear upgrading and all that kind of stuff. So, but thanks again for stopping by. I really appreciate it, guys. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Go on my other platforms. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and please show me some love. It would really go a long way to helping me out. Appreciate it. You have a good day.